Hey, everybody. Finally doing it. It's been how long, Ben? Since March, and we are one man down today. We do not have Wang with us. Wang took the little Wangs to the beach for 2 weeks. There was a Wang sighting. He texted me with a picture of his 2 girls on the beach. Okay, Wang. What is today? July 1st, 2021. And we're finally doing one with one of my main guys. He's like a son to me. His name is Josh Malone. Josh, how are you?
I'm doing good, Chaz. How you doing?
Josh is a professional football player with the Jets. And Josh started working with me 5 years ago. And it's been one hell of a ride the last 5 years. So, Josh, I open up all podcasts without Wang with one question.
Okay. What's the question?
What is the question?
Like, did you just draw a blank?
You go.
Well, you got to whisper it to me. I forgot it. I've been doing way too much things.
How did you know? How did you know?
Yeah, but I can't do the other one. Holly.
Okay, we're going to have to start this over.
No, we're not starting it over. Just when did you know that you were different?
When did I know I was different?
When you're an NFL ball player now. When did you know that you were different?
Like, what do you mean by being different? Like,
that is the question, right, man? Right? That's the question. When, I've never had anybody ask me the question back. Is when did you know you were different? So I've asked that to your buddy Josh Dobbs, Harrison Smith, CJ Procise, you name them. They've all come up with a different answer. When did you know you were different as an athlete? I can't answer it for you, but like 13 years old, I ran away from the pack. Or like Griff DeLong, who's sitting in here, he probably knew he was different somewhere in middle school. I knew he was different when he was in high school.
I probably felt like I was different when I was younger. I started playing football when I was 4. That was like my first game. But my first game ever, I had like 3 tugs, just doing quarterback bootlegs. Just running away from everybody.
At 4, isn't that when the helmets are bigger than the bodies? Those are so cute when they're running around.
I probably really didn't realize it until probably like around 10 or 12 when you just like been dominating like in competition. I used to run track also when I was younger. So
what sports did you play?
Growing up, I played football, basketball, track. I had played baseball for a time. And then just recreational sports. Not like really team sports, but I really played every sport.
Again, in high school, did somebody tell you that you had potential to take to the next level, or did you just figure that on your own, or did you even want to play at the next level, or did you think about that?
I thought about it when I was younger. Originally when, so sidetrack back to like when you knew you was kind of different. One of my coaches when I was younger gave me the nickname of Franchise. And,
so you got it out of him.
And that's probably when, and it kind of stuck for like a long time. And so I always had aspirations of I had aspirations of going pro when I was younger because when I first started watching football, the person I had fell in love with was Terrell Davis. And just how he worked hard, his whole story, how he ran the ball, how he just played the game. And so I already had aspirations of playing a sport in the next level and trying to be the best I could be.
When were you labeled Franchise?
My mom really didn't like the nickname, but I'm pretty sure I got the nickname like literally when I was 4 or 5. And my mom didn't like it because she was like, "Oh, he's gonna get big headed," but I never thought like.
Did you know what Franchise was at 4 or 5?
No, but then like when you get to 6, 7, 8, and you start playing Madden, and they got a whole franchise mode, you just like, oh. And then when he explained it, he was like, "You're basically the team." So
got it.
Yeah.
All right, so you were the team. So no basketball in high school.
I played basketball my freshman and sophomore year,
so
and then
basketball, track, football.
Basketball, track, and football, and then my junior year, I dropped basketball. And it was just more to focus more on football. So I knew football was my way because at that time, coming out my sophomore year, I had like 15 offers. So,
but you stayed with track.
Yeah.
So you see, a lot of the guys I have on the show, most of them are multi-sport athletes.
You supposed like I feel like as a kid growing up, you're supposed to like have fun and play multiple sports. If you focus too early, you kind of fall out. You'll get like not like technically overworked, but I can't find the word. It's you really just basically fall out of it. It's not as fun or as fresh as it when you was just playing it as fun and just playing it with your friends. It's like, okay, I'm working on this every day, and you kind of get burnt out. That's the word I was looking for, burnt out.
It's a big word.
Yeah.
Listen, we're going to have to pull back. We've been going pretty hard for a week. I couldn't remember the question. All right, so take me through. So high school, you knew you were pretty special. College, tell the listeners and the viewers, like, your road from college to pros.
From college to pros, like basically from freshman to...
When did you know, again, that you had a shot of getting in the league? Because that's, the pyramid gets higher and it gets smaller from high school to college, college to pros. I'd like to know when everybody thought, or did you think about that? Did you think when you were going to college, I want to play in the NFL?
Well, that's like the main goal. Like, I wasn't just playing sports just to like, oh, I'm going to just go to college and put all this time, hard work, effort, sleepless nights, mental stress to not at least get an opportunity to go pro. So I really get mad at guys that really come to college and then don't even give it a chance or a shot just to go pro.
Oh, really? I thought it'd be different, even with the Griff sitting in, he would understand that. You'd think that every athlete, when they're in college, thinks they could go pro, but they really can't go pro.
Like, every athlete can't go pro, but I feel like a lot of guys give up on their dreams way too early. Because personally, I feel like it's a lot of guys starting in professional levels that they just didn't give up on their dreams and they kept going. They're not the most talented, they're not the most gifted, but because things just lined up and went like the right way and they took the shot and took the chance, they're able to be in the pros. And some have longer. Yeah, everybody's journey is different. Everybody's gonna have a longer career than others. But getting a year out the league, that's still a monumental achievement.
Did you get redshirted when you came in?
No, I played as a true freshman.
You did?
Yeah, I started my freshman year.
Are you texting while we're talking?
If every person called, so
you can FaceTime her live if you want to. It's really relaxed.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
You really are. He's really doing it.
Yeah.
I've had 61 episodes, and he's
that's the first.
Yeah, that is the first. It's a wide receiver, Dobson. Yeah, he did live.
Hey, can I call you back? I'm on a podcast.
Hey.
Yeah,
Let me see her. Oh, there she is. Fine as wine. Look at her go. Look at the teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, I can call you back. All right. Yeah.
So you want to chop it up with her? Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Let's stay on top.
All right, let's go. Okay, so I know you came out as a junior. What was your decision, if you want to speak about it? I think I know it. I think we've chopped it up out back, but your decision to come out early.
You come out early?
As a junior.
So my decision kind of played in just through like my whole experience through college. And then a lot of guys that I had played with that had the opportunity to go pro as a junior decided to come back every year. Like, every guy has came back that could come back when they had a chance to leave early. And either they came back and got hurt, injured, got in some type of legal trouble, and I just saw that and just played it out. And then also I adjusted into my career of like the promises that they made to me through high school when I first originally came out. And I was just like, well, I didn't hold up to a lot of y'all promises, so I don't know why I'll take y'all word again if you're going to promise me the world just to stay for another year when I have an opportunity to go make 6 figures and provide for my family.
And weren't you going to be switching quarterbacks?
And yes, I was going to have 2 freshman quarterbacks playing in the SEC. And
who's the quarterback with you?
When I was in college?
Dobbs, right?
Yeah,
Chaz.
I had Dobbs.
Yeah.
I had Dobbs like halfway through my freshman year all the way to the end of my junior year. And then Dobbs was a senior when I was a junior.
So was he redshirted? I don't know if I asked him that when he was on the show.
He was redshirted. He just I think he sat 1 full year redshirted. and then I'm trying to remember correctly because I don't know if he burnt his red shirt like every year, but he was always originally red shirted going into a year, and eventually get burnt because he'll play. It's something like crazy like that.
So so people could understand, you basically didn't want to switch it up with a new quarterback.
Basically, because the whole connection, chemistry, and then just the experience of playing on like a college level is just totally different from a guy coming fresh out of high school because the speed is totally different. So even if we had a good year, he was still going to have to adjust and like really go. And there's not too many guys that's.
Did you have a good year after Dobbs and you left? What was UT's record that year? Bad.
It was like
It's not good.
I want to say it was like 4-8 or something like that.
Yeah.
It was like one of the worst records in like school history. It was like one of those type of years. But they also started the quarterback the first 2 weeks, and I had like a notion, like some reason I had a hunch like the year before. I was like, they're gonna start the first quarterback. He doesn't get the job done, the other kid's gonna come in, and like as a wide receiver, that's kind of detrimental to like your whole chemistry and like the whole game if you're switching quarterbacks in the middle of the year. So kind of made it also like a business decision as well, because at the time, you know, athletes can now like market themselves, but he wasn't really making no money in college.
Mm-hmm.
So take a chance of when you're already coming out somewhere ranked high in the draft, and then you come back and due to your current situation, you go out there and don't get the stats you need to go on to the next level. It kind of hurt.
What do you like more, college or pros?
Pros, it's more freedom.
Ooh, and that could be a catch-22.
It can.
So how do you
it's a
handle,
double-edged sword.
Yeah. So how do you handle the offseason? That's what I find most rookies all the way through. The off seasons are so different.
So my off season is more like going in after like my rookie season. Yeah, after my rookie season, I took probably 2 weeks off, got right back into it.
Do you find that's different now?
Way different.
Yeah.
Because you got to just be able to judge and read your body.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes your body might need longer to recover from after a season, or mentally you might need a longer break after a long season. And so it just varies, but I try not to go longer than a month without working out, and then just getting back into it and consistently working out. Travel, wherever you travel, you can find a gym anywhere in the nation. So you just got to get in and get your work.
So what is Josh Malone's routine for off season? Because I know you are like, where's Waldo? Like you're in LA, then you're in Nashville, and I know last year we lost time from the COVID. I didn't see you at all in the off season, but before that you were coming in and then bouncing back and forth to LA. So what is it with LA? Is it more popping bottles, or is it more the scene out there, or is it more I'm out there for the wide receiver?
LA is where I go to get my wide receiver training at, and that's where my coach lives. That's where he works at. So I go out there to work with him.
How long do you stay out there? Like, do you plan this out? Because I know you're a businessman too. You have 3 or 4 businesses. So this guy's like a Fortune 500 dude. He's not just constantly always talking football. He's always got the apparel line, and
It's a franchise.
he is a franchise. Yeah, there you go. Finally brought something out. Okay. Yeah, you're doing good. So you stay like 2 weeks. So say you start in February. Do you time it all the way out? Do you plan this out? Is it just you doing the planning? Your mom and dad? I know you have a solid family back home in Nashville, which is awesome. But are you, I know you go to Nashville and train. You train with a trainer who trains Mookie Betts. I remember you were high on that 2 or 3 years ago. You were coming in and like super excited of working out with a pro like that, and especially in a different category of a pro, and see how do you think that helps you watching different pros doing different things, especially in the wood gym? You see everybody doing things differently. Do you try to mimic some, or you still stay with what you have?
I try to stay with what I have, just because I believe everybody's their own individual person. It's good to you bring up Mookie. Like the times I work out with Mookie, I appreciate that time to work out with Mookie because he's a high level athlete. He gets the job done week in and week out, and you get to see firsthand of how superstar, high level of success athletes get to work and see how they go about their day. And
with you, it's always been a question that I probably even haven't asked as much as you live with me. And I know I'm part of that circle. I'm not the whole circle. I'm part of that circle. And I think that's what Griff and I are talking about with the documentary we're making. It's okay that no egos involved in that. And the only reason I'm talking to Griff with this so he could get even more of what, because the documentary peels everything back of where you are and how you stayed in business. I don't think we would stay in business if you came to me and you're like, I'm going to LA to work with this guy and I'm going to Nashville to work with this guy. Most trainers, I'd say 99% of them would be like, no, you got to be with me the whole time. I'm not that guy. And I love that you want to do everything that fits for you. Does that make sense?
no, it does. Just because.
But who keeps you accountable? Like, who is a person you go to and go, hey, am I on the right track in the off season? Is it your father? Is it just you? Is it people that come through your phone that you look up to? Is it me? Is it anybody? Tell me if I'm getting off track. Tell me if I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing too much of, or concentrating on this. Because we talked about that at the Mexican restaurant a couple nights ago. I think we had a good business conversation of doing different things and not getting too far off of our main job.
Yeah, I feel like for me, it's probably like my friends and my circle. And like people I hold like close to me, because if they see that I'm out too much and not working out, not waking up, going to like get my work in and just like BSing, like they have every right to come and tell me like, hey, like BSing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more probably around the people I surround myself with, and also just holding myself accountable, because at the end of the day, we all know right from wrong, and so you can feel it if you're not working to your potential and you're not working to achieve your goals.
So you're on the move in the off season.
I'm always on the move.
Right.
Like,
So
I always like to travel.
Because I don't know if any of us know this in the office, but you're not a homeowner. You're like a vagabond. You're moving around all the time, right?
Yeah.
Harrison wasn't a homeowner until last year, so we get that. So you go out to LA. Do you stay with your trainer out in LA?
Yeah, for the most part.
So you live with him too?
Yeah.
And then Nashville, you're home.
Well, technically, I have to stay with him because that's the best way to track that man. Because if I don't stay with him, I have no idea where he's at during the day.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, that's different.
Yes, and like anybody that trains with him, they can like vouch on that. Like,
how's the routine when you're out in LA?
Well, when I train with her name's Brandy, but when I train with her, we have a set time.
Female?
Female, yes.
Interesting.
I don't mind working with female trainers because something about females and like the male like complexity, where females just try to completely destroy you every time and take like full enjoyment of that. I don't mind that because it's going to be no ego involved and they're going to talk trash to you.
Well, studies show that your testosterone levels raise like 18 to 22% with females in the gym. Is that what you're asking for in here?
Like I thought that was like the original like, you know, business model.
What's the big change you've seen in here the last year and a half since COVID hit?
Like the biggest change I would say is, you know, it's a lot less foot traffic, and then it's just like when I first came in here, it was just like a wide range of like just women and male in here all just working together, and you know, the more bodies in here, obviously it's gonna hold more heat because you know it's no AC in the wood gym, but now it's less people, so I guess it doesn't get as hot anymore, and then there's less women, so it's like, you know, probably less, you know, action just in the gym. So
thanks, Holly. So yeah, it's been a big change with COVID. It changed it through, you know, a lot of people left. I figured out I wanted a different schedule. And in all honesty, I think the schedule is what bit everybody, because it wasn't one of those where I'm working 14-hour days anymore. I really revamped it. So even when Ben was asking, man, are you busy? It's like, I'm busy, but, you know, I'll be done today after this. And then I come back in 4 to 6 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So that's different. Now, with that being said, do you still feel like you're getting the best work out of the wood gym?
yeah, because at the end of the day, it's your mind, and what you put on that paper is like the work that we getting in, and I'm getting my work in. Since I've been in, my body's been feeling better.
And the only reason I asked that question, we drove home one day. Josh, I mean, I know Griff laughs at this, but yeah, Josh drove me in and drove me back. And I sit in the back. and it's really cool to get a lot of things done. But he was like, man, the wood gym is really changed up. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he was like, just different population, gender, age, and all that is different. And I was like, yeah, it's a lot of changes gone on the last 16, 17 months.
Yeah, it just used to be like a wide range, but also you just used to be in here all day and you never used to like take a break.
Yeah. So we got to mountain bike this week. So he did really well. He his teammates with Bennett Jackson, the kid from Notre Dame I trained with the Jets. So they actually had lockers and they started talking about Patron and whatever. And I was like, oh, Bennett did it. And then Laurent mountain bike. So they used the same bike. And we went out 2 days ago and he did really good. Oh. He was gassed. And that was 2 days ago. And I guess we got home about 1:15 and Josh was crashed on the couch the rest of the day. It bit him, that mountain bike. Griff did it.
Yeah, it was a lot of work. Yeah. And the best advice you can get is, hey, just stay on the trail.
Just stay on the trail.
Just stay on the trail.
He was about to go off to the cliff, and I'm like, can I give you one thing of advice? Just stay on the trail. He's like, that's really simple. That's one help. Just stay on the trail. Yeah. So, I mean, the cross training, even that is kind of cool because it fatigues your body. It's mental. And when, Griff, you know this, is I had a biker, Walt, in front, and I put Josh in the middle. Then I was in the back. And you just keep watching a guy like this. Like, first of all, Griff, how many trainers would let their high-end pro athlete go out on a mountain bike because there's a huge risk of injury, correct?
0.
Right, none. And then second, for him, your mind's getting right because you are basically saying, which I was saying to him behind him, because I do that. I go, do you mind if I commentate behind? He's like, no, I usually do the commentating, the color commentator. I was like, there's not another wide receiver mountain biking right now on a single speed at Concord Park, period. And that's the edge that he takes over. Because Josh and I talked about this in the separation, and we can get real serious for the next 10 minutes if we want. He's in his 5th year. Josh Malone's in his 5th year. The cat's a super, super good athlete. 4.40 40 combine, runs, jumps, everything. I always ask those questions. What is it? Why are we on our second team? Because you got drafted with Cincinnati 4th round, correct?
Correct.
Okay, now you're with the Jets. How do we make that impact? And how do we become an impact, as you would say, or your little coach said, your coach, as you were a little guy, franchise, how do we get 5 years out of the NFL? Or is it all up to you? Obviously, it's not. You could do all this work and still be...
Like, personal experience... And I don't know, like, the other athletes have whatever they said on the commentary, but I feel like a lot of things at a certain point is out of your control. Because the decisions that go on behind the door, you have literally no part, no input, no say. So literally, mentally, it's a grind because you don't know what you're going to walk into every day after a certain point of time. And then... it's just all up to you to just continually just stay on your game and make plays. So most of it's on you, but it's a good portion of it just out of your control, and that's the thing you can't think about.
Well, you're a good enough athlete. You're in the league. Do you think the separator is mental?
I believe on that level, most of it is mental. It's like they always say, it's like, it's like 1% physical and then 99% mental on that level. Because physically, you're supposed to be on that level to be able to compete on that level. Like, everybody, you made it to the league. Everybody know you can play. The rest of the thing that separates you is your mental.
Well, for me, I want you to stick with the Jets because I want to start going up. I mean, you're in New Jersey. That's where I'm from. That'd be awesome. And somebody asked me yesterday if we talked about New Jersey a lot or enough. And I was like, I don't think we really have because I didn't see it last year. And then you couldn't go back to the facility. So the Jets facility is in Florham Park, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, that's where I used to ice skate. So it's kind of cool. Pennington, when he played with the Jets, he left the Jets right before they moved
to Florham Park.
Yeah.
Because it was in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Rhode Island or something like that.
Yeah.
Not Rhode Island.
Not
Long
Rhode
Island.
Right.
Long Island.
Yeah. That's it. We're not doing anything tonight. We're eating steaks, baked potatoes, and going to bed. It's ridiculous. Cody was in town the last 2 days. Messes it all up. All right, so take me through finishing up here. You're here with me till Friday, and then you bounce to L.A.
Correct. Well, I'll go home first, spend some time with family.
How long do you stay there?
Just the weekend.
Because now we're rolling in July, so you got to report when?
The 24th.
So you'll go to L.A. until... New Jersey?
Go to LA, then come back home, probably around the 18th or 19th. Pack up my car, drive back up to Jersey, and then we're in camp.
Do you plan that out? Like, put it on a planner, or do you just fly by the seat of your pants?
Most of this is in my head.
Yeah.
Like, I know. Yeah, like I can put it down on calendar, but like a lot of things change, and I usually.
Oh, is that where that second phone's for your calendar
Yeah, the second phone's calendar, straight business.
Yeah, straight business.
Yeah, it has all my reminders in it.
All my wide receivers have 2 phones.
But
what's the correlation with that? Just the way it is, personal business.
Yeah, like some guys have different names for it, but mine's personal, it's mine's in business. Like,
I tried it for a weekend.
Is that the one? She got you.
It didn't work.
This best advice: if your girl ever gives you a phone, just
Throw
throw it out the window, burn it.
Here's your phone. Oh, okay.
She probably got a tracker in it, so she knows where you at.
I check under the car once in a while, see if anything's beeping or blinking.
Yeah, so like like
I swear I'm at the gym.
Like you can hold on to it, and then like while she's trying to track you, it's like upstairs, and she's like, "I know he's not home, so why is his tracking? He's like at the house, like, hey,
You left the phone there.
Yeah, left the phone there.
I've heard people do that before.
Yeah,
they leave a phone at a friend's house or somewhere else.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah.
But it was going to be too complicated. My therapist told me to do that. Like on the weekends, shout out to Big Jim Williams. On the weekends, use this one phone, and then through the week, use your business phone.
Yeah, like during the week, use a business phone.
Yeah.
Like really, I got my other phone.
I might do it, but maybe since you're in town, we could go down to Xfinity and do it.
But like really, the real origin of why I got a second phone is because when I first got in the league, everybody and their mama kept hitting me up, and then either they asking for like money or like some type of favor, and I'm just like, this is getting old. Like you learn eventually how to say no, and so you learn how to say no, but you know how like antisocial and how I can just completely fall off the grid.
Yes.
And so I really got my other phone just so like if I fall off the grid, the people that's like close friends and family know like how to get in contact with me.
What number do I have?
You have both of them.
That means a lot to me. He is like a son to me. He's so funny. Where did we go a couple nights ago? Oh, 30 minutes. Okay, hold on. We'll wrap up. But does he have them on now? We went to upscale restaurant a couple nights ago, and he had those Big Bird shoes on with jeans.
Yeah, Big Bird.
Yeah. Yeah, red slippers.
Okay, but the story was I drove back from Dodge Camp. Holly was like, Josh, you need to wear some jeans. So I hopped out the car, threw on some jeans.
Skinny jeans.
And didn't have no shoes, but the slippers matched the outfit.
Yeah. The Uggs. They're still Uggs, right?
Yeah, the Uggs.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah. So it really hasn't changed much. Maybe the house a little dynamic.
The house dynamic completely changed. It used to be a house party every Wednesday. At least a little game night or something.
Thanks, Holly.
Yeah, we don't do those no more.
No.
Yep. It was like a who's in Knoxville in there.
Yeah, It was. You'd wake up the next morning. It was like Animal House. You're like, where is everybody? Who are these people? It was crazy. But we got after the work. I mean, that was our thing we always said. What was my motto? Was like,
work hard, play hard.
Yeah, you're an adult. You just make sure you show up for the workout. The first morning workout you miss, then we sit down and have a come to Jesus talk and go from there.
But that was like the beautiful dynamic of the wood gym because you used to see guys come in that was like later on in their career and they'll get messed up, but they never show up for the workout. And it's like, you're just looking at me like, yeah, he paid me this month, but he ain't coming in.
Yeah.
So like, I don't understand why he just is here. Like,
yeah, we've had those guys.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah.
They usually don't last long.
Yeah, it'd be guys that like, it'd be like Chaz had like a 2 workout plan, 3 workout plan. That's when he used to be in the gym all day. But it's to be like 2 workouts, 3 workouts a day. And then the guys would be like, nah, I ain't about to go back and work out.
Yeah. Yeah, it would always, the second workout in the afternoon when we had the house full, there would be 2 or 3. I remember asking CJ, where's everybody? He's like, I waited long enough. I had to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're still out back or on the roof or something.
Like you was always waiting for people and then you just figured they wasn't coming. So you just came in and got your work.
Josh, I think this year is going to be big. I think you're going to put it together. I really do. I got a different feeling about it.
I honestly, I do too.
I mean, you're 25. He came out early, so he's 25 in his 5th year, so it's now. And you put that goal for 30, you'd be done with all the businesses and things you want to do.
Yeah, it's definitely now. And like this year, New Year's resolution, obviously the season was like still going on because they want to keep adding weeks onto the season.
Can I ask you one question before we cut this? And Josh got to get to another interview from here, so we had to make it short. But family next or no?
Like me starting a family?
Yeah.
Like, that it's like almost a goal. Like for every
business
man.
First.
But like you probably like I always believed like I couldn't start a family if I couldn't have
financial means to support everybody.
Basically, the means to like really support and like really like the things I have to have things set up to be able to bring into the family because I don't want to bring in and start a family with my kid looking for the next meal, or I'm looking for the next meal and thinking about now what's the next check coming in for me to like really support this family. Because a lot of families is literally built up in those situations, and I'm just like, I don't know how mentally like I feel like that's more. I feel like that's more stress than anything to like put upon yourself to like literally looking for the next meal for your kid or your partner. And we all know, women got their own agendas, and
doesn't he have nice eyes? I just look at his eyes. I told him that a couple of nights ago. He's got soft eyes.
Yeah, women got like their own agenda and like their whole control factor, and it's just like their own little competition to like basically take control of your life. So I got to be ready for that too, because you got to like
controlling situations, right?
Yeah. It's like they'll come into your world and just wreak havoc. So you just got to be prepared.
And at 25, you got to be concentrating on what you want to do.
Exactly. I'm still young, and
you're 25. You're an old soul.
Definitely.
You've been called that before?
Yeah, definitely been called an old soul before. Yeah. And like most of the advice I've got when it comes to like getting married and like really like doing like everything we're talking about, they're like, yeah, just wait till you're 40. You're not missing out on anything.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, you see my life.
It's a beautiful life.
I think I really do love my life.
Yeah.
Griff, I really do.
Yeah.
All right, we'll wrap this up. Thanks, everybody, for being here today. Thanks for sitting in this hot wood gym. And Josh, I'm telling you, next time you come back off season, this place will be lit.
Lit.
We will have this place rocking. And you might have 3 phones by then. 3 phone Malone.
Yeah, I hope I don't have 3 phones because somebody's going to be mad at me if I have 3 phones. So.
All right, man. I want to wrap it up. Hey, I love you, and I wish you the best of luck this year. I think you're going to do great things, even besides football.
Love you too, Chaz, and I'm always here for you. So
yeah, he does listen to me. I rant and rave. It's a lot, isn't it?
Oh, it's a lot, but we all deal with a lot, and we all have to get things off our chest eventually. So
it's not a straight line, is it, Griff? It's not. It's a zigzag. Ben, thanks for being here. You got a haircut. He looks good. And another shout out to Wang. I hope he has a sunscreen. Do they burn? No. Wangs don't burn. Their tint is like Italian, like me. He sends me pictures every day. We miss Wang, but
it's a boy and a girl. 2 girls.
I thought he had 2 girls. He's got a boy and a girl. Okay.
Yeah, shout out to Holly too.
She does it. She holds it down. She's such a player.
Such a player.
Yeah.
A real player.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to go through her phone. It'll hurt. I'll go to my knees. Yeah, I don't want to. I'm okay. What I don't know isn't going to hurt me.
Oh, it's all good. You feel like you just got to go through the phone, like just go ahead and save yourself the trouble and just walk away.
Yeah. If you got to go through phones, we could have a whole other one on relationships. You go through phones, it's not good.
Yeah, it's going
to get worse. The whispers are already there.
Yeah, it's just going to get worse. Like the self-talk, self-doubt, all that's there. And like, you got to be able to trust your partner. So.
Yes. It's a big key, Ben.
Yeah.
Whoever you're with. Yeah. It's 2021. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.
Love you guys.